A 69-year-old woman was punched in the face at a North Carolina Donald Trump rally. Arrest warrants went out for two men accused of assaulting not only the 69-year-old woman, but also a number of protesters. And not only was the 69-year-old woman punched in the face, she happens to be Shirley Teeter, a 69-year-old woman who carries an oxygen tank around. She told the Citizen Times that a man punched her in the jaw after she told people leaving the rally, "You better learn to speak Russian," referring to Donald Trump's very positive comments about Russian President Vladimir Putin. This elderly woman was sucker punched in the face by a Trump supporter. What's not deplorable about this hashtag deplorable? So Teeter later told WLOS that she has protested several times in her life. She decided to protest the Trump rally because she ran into another situation that was sickening to my heart. What's going on with the assaulters? Well, Asheville police said yesterday that an arrest warrant was out for Richard Campbell. An arrest warrant was out for Thomas Vallanti Jr. And as of, I don't know, a half hour ago, Vallanti had turned himself in. No word on Campbell that I was able to find so far. If you look at the comments online about this story, and please don't eat anything before looking online at the comments about this story because it's pretty vile. Way too many people are defending the actions of those who punched this woman by saying, hey, she was there protesting. How is this considered a legitimate response to protesting? A constitutionally protected, and I argue, completely American action to take. Protesting now legitimately opens one up to being punched in the face. Since when does making America great again involve grown men punching senior citizens? And what does it say about Donald Trump that supporter after supporter thinks the best way to support your candidate is to physically attack people with different political opinions? And I am convinced, Rachel, that this will be reflected in a hypothetical Donald Trump presidency. There's no way that this level of violence and vitriol and supporters saying, wrong opinion, I now go to physical violence. In some way, this is going to be reflected if Donald Trump is president.
Right. And I kind of think that their supporters are actually championing what they're kind of being scolded for, because Shirley Teeter had asked them, are you really deplorables now? And then there were many people who were showing up to his rallies wearing shirts that said, yes, I am deplorable. So it kind of makes me think that it would be illustrative of how his supporters would act if and when he were to be elected.
Yeah, which hopefully won't happen. But yes, they've tried to take the power back of this, oh, we were insulted as deplorables. We'll show up with our deplorables shirt and show them who's really deplorable. And that's sort of exactly what they've done here. And for a very long time, these Trump rallies seem to bring out what is absolutely the worst in many people. Some will, of course, write this off as just an isolated incident. It has nothing to do with Trump's policies or his supporters more broadly. It's just some isolated incidents. Unfortunately, that's bogus. This does tell us a lot about the entire base that Trump has coalesced. It probably too much about that. We've covered that extensively. We covered it yesterday in our long form expose about Donald Trump. And yes, any individual incident could be just that, an isolated incident. But all too much, these incidents are happening, number one, at Trump rallies, number two, against people who seem to have the wrong opinions, and number three, in ways that are, and it's amazing that we are using this word, in ways that are absolutely deplorable in what they say about these individuals. I've talked about how people of all ages, but particularly millennials, are owning cars less and participating more in the sharing economy. And one of the more popular options is Zipcar, which gets you a car when you want it, when you need it. They offer all sorts of cars, SUVs, hybrids, whatever you need. It includes insurance and it includes gas. You just pay for the time that you actually use the car. And you can reserve the car online from your smartphone over the phone. Then you unlock it with your Zip card. Each car share member reduces their personal CO2 emissions by between 1,100 and 1,600 pounds per year. For our audience, Zipcar is offering $25 of free driving credit if you sign up at joinzipcar.com/David. Support our show, reduce your carbon emissions and your spending on cars. Sign up at joinzipcar.com/David.